Hello, everyone. My name is Vicky Liu, and I'm here to talk about work and identity. I was driving my Prius in Menlo Park, California, past the rolling hills and suspiciously perfect palm trees. I had met with a DevOps client that day to review their SaaS KPIs. Then my manager had asked me to build an exhibit bridging EBITDA to free cash flow. As I took exit 404 off the 101, it dawned on me that not so long ago, I had no idea what any of these words meant. Not SaaS, software as a service, not EBITDA, earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization. And honestly, even the Prius was a mystery to me. At Yale, I spent 4 years reading, writing, and thinking about books as a political science and French double major. I was highly involved in the Yale Record, I was a peer liaison, and I was a Froco. Then I graduated and started my career in finance. 2 years of technology investment banking in the Bay Area, followed by 3 years of growth equity investing in Boston. It was an overwhelming transition. I went from quoting philosophers in my senior thesis to building financial models and PowerPoint decks, and in my current role, pitching $100 million investments into late-stage software startups. I worked a lot. It was your pretty typical, intense junior finance experience, except I wasn't in New York, so at least I got to wear jeans. There were lots of late nights and weekends and canceled plans. I brought my laptop everywhere, on hikes, on dates. But slowly and surely, I got over the learning curve. I started picking up the analytical skills that had motivated me to pursue this career path in the first place. And I was speaking the language of term sheets and multiple expansion and SPAC IPOs. But that was actually the most jarring part. Only a few months after college, I already felt so far removed from who I was at Yale. I've been laser focused on getting up to speed at work, and now how I spent my time, how I got around, who I interacted with, that was all completely different. Of course, that was to be expected coming out of school and into air-conditioned corporate America, but I still felt a bit out of body. The pandemic was a turning point for me. In the solitude of remote work, the desire grew stronger to reconnect with myself, and I decided to return to the activities that once brought me joy at Yale. I started with French, which was one of my majors. I reached out to my local Alliance Française, a cultural center and language school, and eventually joined their board. When I moved to Boston, I got involved with a women in investing nonprofit called Synergist and led their mentorship program, which reminded me of all the mentor-mentee relationships that I had built as a peer liaison in Froco. I also got back into humor writing, which I had picked up at the Yale Record. I wrote about the brazen lie of so-called removable poster putty. It doesn't come off the walls. My work naturally inspired some of my writing. I poked fun at the metaverse and smart home technology, and even investing firm Thoma Bravo's acquisition of Canvas. But that one made my coworkers laugh and absolutely nobody else. Though you might remember Canvas from your student days. I'm very sorry to inform you that private equity owns your reading responses. Throughout this journey, my wonderful Yale friends from across the country and around the world kept me grounded through all the ups and downs. And what all this has meant for me 5 years after Yale is I might know some Excel shortcuts and I own 2 Patagonia vests, but otherwise I'm doing a lot of what I did in college, just in different contexts. I've found comfort in prolonging a line of continuity since 2019. I've also realized that there is always time. Work naturally expands to fill time and space, so I need to make time for what I care about. Even if it means being stricter with myself on efficiency and output, which are cold words, it's so that I can do the things that make me feel warm and ultimately more like myself. When I think about the next 5 years, I imagine it'll be much of the same. I'm going back to school to get my MBA, which will take my career in all sorts of directions. But I'm going to keep writing and doing French things and building community and connection. Thank you for listening.